This is a bag of Doritos. And this is Kaylia. Sorry that I introduced the Doritos first.
I feel weird when I do intros because it feels like the most forced part of the video.
Yeah. Now we're starting.
Should we sing the theme song?
Molly,
the person, talks about things with people
Kaylia,
while they eat
Doritos. Sorry for ruining my song.
I didn't know that we were going to add lib
Specifics. We're going to talk about the INFJ door slam for the first time
ever. The
is weird.
INFJ door slam. If you don't know what that is, it's a stereotypical event characteristic of an INFJ when they get pushed so far, they get pushed to a limit that there's no coming back from, and they door slam someone, or they cut them out of their lives. Some would say ghosting, but I think that there's a difference there, special nuance there, so I would not call it ghosting.
Ghosting also, to me, feels like early in the process where you just don't respond and stop. And it seems like you just stop responding to them and, like, because you're almost trying to get out of it and, like, can't tell them directly how you feel.
And it sounds petty and hurtful and mean and unskilled, you know, like you're not a very emotionally intelligent person, that you can't just tell someone
How you feel.
or that you don't want to spend more time with them or whatever the situation is, or being honest and saying that I cannot commit to someone.
Yes. In which case, like, if you were starting to see someone and you weren't interested, given that you weren't in a relationship, if you weren't interested in pursuing the relationship further, would you communicate that with them?
I would, and I have. And I like to have a discussion about, and this is where, I don't know, I've had discussions about the why, of like why I don't want to, or why I think this person has an ideal of me that isn't accurate, or why I feel like we shouldn't pursue a more serious relationship, why we should be friends, or, you know, I have definitely done that. And it's awkward and it's hard and you don't want to hurt the other person, but I also would want someone to have that conversation with me.
Yeah, it's more respectful.
Honest, and to have closure.
Yeah, that would drive me crazy to not know why did that person stop. You know, it's also just like rude.
Childish.
Rude and childish.
People watching are going to be like...
The door slam, on the other hand, totally fine.
Right, I know. People are going to be like, well, it's not that different. Like,
no, the door slam feels like more of
feels more justified for sure.
Yeah, because...
It is justified.
Because it's like an ongoing problem that you've communicated.
Yeah, those discussions have been had over and over again.
Why you're being hurt, or what the problem is. You talk about it, and you give them more chances, and you keep giving them chances, and you give everything. Yeah, and you give them, and I think what's so hurtful about people, like, disrespecting that is because you're giving them all parts of you. Like, in my instances, it's like, I connect this most to some friendships, actually. Where you've been there for them as a friend, you care about them. It feels like you've given them everything, and then they just, like, they disrespected you by, like, repeatedly doing whatever.
And you empathize with them more than I feel like anyone else would. Like, you've seen it so much from their perspective that you understand all of their actions and can explain why they screwed you over in such a way that you can make it sound justified. Like, well, the way that they grew up in this situation led them to be this way, first of all. And then, so they don't see how their actions, blah, 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 blah. And it goes on so far.
And you're giving them so much benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And, like, understanding them, empathizing them, and, like, working with them on it. Like, okay, so I'll work with you here. And then they just do it again. And what would be the thing that they're doing that...
Basically treating you like crap.
To sum it up.
Not having a reciprocal relationship where there's give and take. It's just you being there for them. Personally, in my case, that's always me being the counselor or
being the person that they confide in, the person they tell all the good things to, the person that when something goes wrong, like, I get the crisis call and I'm there no matter what was going on in my life. And then at times where they're fine, sometimes not hearing anything. Like, just not, like, kind of being forgotten. And then over time expressing, like, concerns and then being taken advantage of even more. And for me, I'm thinking of the ones that hurt the most were the times where it became something romantic and I was used.
Yeah. Where it's like it feels like they're taking everything from you, and then...
And, like, seeing how much more they could take, I felt like.
Yeah.
And when the door slamming happened, it was laid out. It was like a list of grievances of, like, it's not ghosting in that one day it's like, this is over. They'll never know why. Because those conversations have been had before. But also, for me, there's a final...
The last straw.
A final, not speech, but list of grievances. Of, like, this is the beginning of what happened, this is the middle, and this is where we're at now. And because of this, I can no longer... blah, 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 you know. And then they always react with, you know, what?
Yeah.
Like, surprise or, like,
especially
it's
because
overdramatic.
You've
like
given so much compassion all these other times, so it's like, why this time?
They do not get it, yeah.
It's like, because all the times.
Right.
And also, like, to me, it sometimes feels like this aha moment, like, how didn't I see it before? Like, this is an unhealthy relationship. And then I'll, like, think of, like, all the examples and all the chances I've given, and they, like, all pile up to, like, a, like, empowered, you know, I'm not standing for this anymore.
Absolutely.
I've experienced it with, like, someone who lied to me a lot, and I kept, you know, I don't know, it's like realizing that you're treating yourself poorly by investing yourself in this relationship. So it's healthy for ourselves to escape, I don't know if that's the word, but, like, to free yourself from that.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, another thing is that you don't want to feel... I don't want to be that person that gets walked over because I'm so giving or whatever. Like, I don't want to be that person that's, you know, complains about always giving more in their life than they're getting back, but doing nothing about it. And like, I want to make changes. So that empowered person that you're describing, where you get pushed to that point of realizing how poorly you've been treating and needing to act, like, it can get to that point.
It can shift, because it can be, like, this justifying why you're friends with this person, and, like, maybe the, like, feeling good about the relationship at first, and then, like, toward the end, like, you realize that you were wrong, and it's, like, this new sort of, like, same process, different conclusion.
Yes, and that aha you're describing. Because at first the aha is like, I see how I could connect, and what the potential of what this could become. And that's another part of the door slamming, is the mourning of the loss of what could have been. Because when you meet someone that you really connect with, I feel like with introverted intuition, you can see the potential of the relationship, but with a lot of givens. Given that they are healthy and given that they continue to give back and it's reciprocal, we can get to this point. And so I feel like you can feel like the mourning of a loss, because it's like you're giving up on that.
This could have been great.
What that ideal was. But yeah, that aha you're describing at the end is the aha with a different conclusion of this cannot work. Addendum to this video. Is that door ever opened again? People ask that. Is there a chance, you know, on those message boards they say, I think I've been door slammed. Is there a chance for the door to open up again? What is your opinion on that?
For a relationship, romantic relationship, I'd say no. Because the same dynamic will come back. And once I've had that feeling, or that epiphany, that this is not right, it's not going to be right again. But I might be open for a friendship down the road if if they realize what they did and show that there's been change.
Mm-hmm.
But usually, if I think of the times that I've door slammed, there's been no going back in my personal experience. But if they had tried, maybe.
I agree with romantic relationships. Never. And I also feel quite stubborn in that it would be going against myself to open back up the door.
Mm.
So I want to say clear cut, no. It's not going to be opened again. But I also try to play devil's advocate, and that maybe there's something healthy about the possibility of the door being opened again. Maybe that says something about our development, if that's possible. So part of me wants to say in a friendship, maybe, if we're different people later on in our lives.
Mm.
But mostly I want to say in that stubborn way, like, absolutely not. It's a contract that I made with myself in that moment.
Yeah.
And for you to ask for me to open it again, too, is, like, just another,
Just another thing.
just another thing that you can't do. I feel like it would have to be up to me, too.
Mm-hmm. When you're ready, on your terms.
And with everyone that I've done that with, I would say I never communicated with them ever again.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to think of it as the relationship being dead. That's so harsh. I don't feel like I'm that harsh of a person, and that sounds so harsh, but...
It feels like that, though.
Mm.
I haven't door slammed in a very long time, and since I learned about the door slam, I don't want to door slam.
Yes, I feel that way, too.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to give more chances. But, or be more... open to finding boundaries and setting boundaries
early on.
Yeah.
That's what you learn from it, is how not to get in those situations again.
Do you ever have kind of a mini door slam where it's like, I'm not going to give you this part of me anymore?
Oh, yes.
I feel that a lot, where it's like, okay, so I can't trust you to give you this information, or I can't trust you to accept this part of me, so, or whatever it is. So then, you in your head, you're like, okay, well, I will be the listener for you and not give myself to you fully.
Protective wall goes up.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't think that goes down.
Yeah.
I feel so stubborn about these
things. But
that
doesn't feel as door slammy, because it feels like you're...
No, because there's still
compromising
a relationship there.
Yeah. So what is the door slam to you? Have you experienced the door slam? Been on the other end of the door slam? Do you think we're selfish and cruel and cold-hearted and cold-blooded? As I sit here reflecting and looking at the sky, which is actually the ceiling that I'm imagining the sky, I want to offer hope to the people that have been door slammed. I'm sorry that you don't get your friend or significant other back, and I hope that you can move on and have healthier relationships in the future. Is there anything else that's more hopeful to say? Learn from what you did. Right now you feel sad and desperate for that person, but that person isn't everything. Everything is inside of you.
And don't try to push on those walls. Just let it be. That's the greatest hope that you have of them opening the door, is to not invade their space that they've asked for. They've stated that they will be taking. What they say they want, they mean. Yes. So you have to respect that. Mm-hmm. And feel better. Go get some Doritos. I think I know where this is going. Where is this going? I think I know where this is going. Think I know where this is. Think I know that. Waits while you're hiding from the lies that you laid. I feel very thankful and happy and excited to be on your channel. I love you.